Hi, it's Angelo Caruso. Welcome back to the Present Like a Pro playlist here on YouTube. You know, speaking, presenting is a lot like driving. Most people think that they're pretty good at it, but there are a lot of dented cars on the freeway. And so we're offering tips on how you can do better at this if you care to, speaking, presenting, speech making of any kind. And in the last episode, we talked about PowerPoint tricks, tips for taking your AV to another level. And in this episode, episode number 3, I would like to introduce to you a topic called home base. This is a strategy that I developed many, many years ago when I was on the public seminar circuit. For several years, I spoke every day in a different city. And it was a brutal schedule. You know, we would get up early in the morning, be in the room at 7 o'clock, get the room prepped, greet people as they came in off the street for the program, do a 7-hour program, wrap up all the paperwork, jump in the car, drive to the next city, and do the whole thing again the next day. Sometimes 5 cities in 5 days, sometimes 3 weeks in a row. And during that time, it was like a major learning experience for me. It was boot camp, man, for a guy like me looking to sponge up all of the speaking techniques I could get. And one of the reasons I started using this home base technique is because I was bored out of my mind. I was doing the same program every day, and I was looking for ways to make it more interesting for myself. I mean, forget about the audience. I was just trying to keep it interesting for me. And so I developed this thing called home base. And here's how it works. That when you're speaking, whether you're on a proper stage or what we call in the speaking business a platform. The platform is just that area on the floor where you present from, right? It's not necessarily a physical like a raised riser or anything like that. It's just the platform is that area that's marked out, at least in your own mind, of where you would go to present during the day. It's called the platform. And you should establish early on in your talk something I call home base. Now, this is where you would deliver all of your salient messages like your greeting, your signature story, your summary at the end, and probably your call to action, right? So home base is where you have power. Think of it as a power station. And home base can be wherever you want it to be, but I recommend that it be maybe a 2-foot square area on the platform or on the stage, and that is where you deliver all of your major messages. Now contrast this power station or home base with something called the satellite locations that are located in various spots around the platform or the stage. And you might leave home base to go to a satellite location to bust up your presentation or make it more interesting for people, right? And the satellite location could be anywhere. But the idea is that you would move away from your normal delivery spot, right? Your normal delivery spot might be where the podium is, or where your notes are, where the screen is, or even where the light is, right? I think you should always stay in the light when you're speaking, but the satellite location is in another light or another part of the platform, right? And what I love using the satellite location for is to go to handle, say, Q&A, or to tell someone a story, right? Or to deliver an anecdotal piece, right? And then I would always come back to home base. So I might take even 2 steps in this direction to tell you a story about something that happened to me when I was 6 years old. And then after I'm finished telling you the story, where am I going to go? Back to home base, even if it's 2 steps. And now I'm using congruity, right? In not only what I say, but in what I do. I'm being very clear about the fact that I'm taking you someplace and I'm bringing you back. It's subtle, but very, very effective, and I love it. I do 2 steps, 4 steps, 6 steps in one direction, and I always come back to home base for the important stuff. So I hope this is useful to you, and if you like these kinds of tips, please comment in the section below, and feel free to offer tips of your own. I know that you do presentations, and maybe this is firing up or inspiring you, something in your brain that you want to share with somebody else. Now's a good time to do it. Please like this channel if you want to be notified of future videos. Just click that bell here on YouTube and you'll be notified when new videos are posted. So thanks very much. I appreciate you. Next video, episode 4, we're going to talk about several things that you should do at the beginning of every presentation. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time.